This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
I'd like to talk a little bit about Lynn Bowden Jr. Congratulations, because for a guy that is pretty much threw dirt on his own grave, when Preston Williams tweeted out his complaints and then Lynn Bowden liked it, you pretty much kind of, you both kind of threw yourselves off the boat. You know what I mean? You kind of jumped off, and it was like, it didn't make any sense, and you weren't making any plays. Nobody was hearing Lynn Bowden's name. And today, 3 receptions, 55 yards, a touchdown. He had a punt return for 26 yards, a kick return for 26 yards. He had a punt return for 18. And let me tell you something about when an animal is backed into a corner, it's going to respond, right? It's going to get nasty, and it's going to fight its way out of that corner, correct? And this is what happens to a human being. A human being that finds out that they're about to lose, or they're about to, they know they've got to pick up the race because this person has pulled away from them. And if they don't chug along, they're not going to get there. If they don't pick it up in the second half of the school year, that first half, that grade of yours is, oh man, it's going to end up, when you're backed into a corner, right? You got to come up with that thesis, and you got to put it together. And you know what? You screwed up, and then all of a sudden you decided to cram, and you're backed into that corner, baby. Lynn Bowden was backed into that corner. Backed into that. He had to make plays. Preston Williams didn't make plays. Lynn Bowden made plays. Isn't it funny that the guy that liked the tweet of the guy that complained just got him cut tonight? Are you listening to me? Yeah, because as the pecking order now gets smaller, and next week is rehearsal week. So starters and backups are going to play more than anything next week because it's rehearsal. The back end guys are going to get the fourth quarter. So now you're not going to get much time. Now you got the last game. Oh, man, decisions have been made by then. Preston Williams. Oh, my God. The guy that liked your tweet just cut you tonight. And speaking of being backed into a corner for Lynn Bowden, so 3 receptions, 55 yards, and a touchdown, a 26-yard kick return. But he had an 18-yard punt return. You notice that I think it was like inside the 6-5 yard line or something like that. It wasn't the smartest decision to take that punt return, but he made the play. But here's the thing. That dude was backed into a corner that he said, I need to make plays tonight. If I don't make plays, my life here is over. And I get cut, and I don't even know if I get another chance somewhere else. So Lynn Bowden was backed into that corner, and he came out and knocked out that thesis. He came out of that corner like that raging animal, and he just broke out and escaped. He made that last push down that turn 4 and came down the straightaway and just won the race, because he won the race of getting the Dolphins' attention, Mike McDaniel's attention, his receivers coach attention, and the NFL, because he put that on tape. What Preston Williams put on tape tonight? Disappointment at the end of that first half with that body language. Know what I'm saying? So in this world, you better take it. If you keep waiting for it, and we have this world where we have a lot of people who feel entitled. And Preston Williams' frustration last week in a press conference was embarrassing because he lacked awareness. and he's crying, me. And it's like, dude, this is your third year. You had 3 years. You had 3 years. You know what Preston Williams is? Preston Williams is the student that effed up for 3/4 of his school year. And in the final 9 weeks, he realized, oh my God, I buried my grade. And now he's running to the teacher and saying, what can I do? What extra credit? Can I do an extra project? What can I do? And the teacher has to be the dick and say, I'm sorry, I can only give you so much, and the mathematics don't jive. You screwed up for 3/4 of the year. These last 9 weeks mathematically cannot save it. But Preston Williams looks at the teacher and says, oh, you're an asshole. You're not giving me a second chance. No, Preston, you ruined your chances. You had the first 9 weeks. You had the second 9 weeks. You had the third 9 weeks. And now you're choosing the last 9 weeks to make your cut. Bunch of us have been there, right? Anyway, so I'm just telling you, okay? This is what went on tonight. And kudos to Lynn Bowden Jr. And remember what I just told you about Skylar Thompson. If you're forced to keep a third quarterback, the back end of your corners, the back end of your running backs, the back end of your linebackers, the back end of your wide receivers cannot be slapdicks that can't help you out on special teams.
This is the Big O Show. This is the